Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I wanted to do something a little different today. Usually I'm always vlogging or filming the chat or, I'm always ripping and running and going places and doing something. I know a lot of you guys usually always request to see how I do my makeup and my eyebrows and how I go from what you're seeing right now to what you'll see at the end of the video. Now, usually I always start off with like a makeup wipe and just wipe off any dirt that I might have on my face. Whether I have makeup on or not, I just like to use a makeup wipe because I think that it really just cleans off the skin well. Especially when you don't feel like, using soap and all the other stuff. You just take a makeup wipe and just wipe off any dirt that you might have. So, for this video, I wanted to do something a little different and just talk about how my 2018 went and what I look forward to in 2019 and what I hope for you guys for your 2019. So, for starters, I usually always put on some Blistex just to moisture up my lips because they can get dry and it's the worst trying to put on chapstick after you've done all your makeup and stuff because it's just the worst. So just always moisturize your lips before you start up. And I take my MAC stud pencil and I just fill in my brows a little bit and give them more of a shape. Speaking of brows, my brow pencil is coming out again. I don't know if you all knew, but I did definitely have my own eyebrow pencil called Paris Monroe, of course. And I stopped it for a number of reasons. I don't know why. It was doing good, and I stopped it because I guess I rushed it too quick, and I wanted the marketing to be a little bit better, and the product and the shipping and the box, just everything. I wanted to just upgrade it. And I was in such a hurry to put it out because it was in such demand. Everybody wanted the pencil, so I just rushed and put it out. And now I took it away, and it'll be back, though, at the top of the year. I'm not going to tell you exactly when because you'll be looking for it. And I don't want to give you I don't want to give you a date and then I can't live up to that date is basically what I'm trying to say. So just be on the lookout for it. It's definitely coming back, though, with no doubt in my mind. It is definitely coming back. But I just use the MAC pencil for now, and it gets the job done. But let's talk about my 2018 and how that went. So at the top of the year, I had this expectation of like, oh, my year's going to be amazing and it's just going to be like the best year that it could possibly be. I think that we do that for every year, especially for 2019 coming up too. I feel like I've already said to myself like, oh, 2019 is going to be that year. And I don't know why we do that to ourselves. I guess because we want it so bad, but I don't know why we do that to ourselves. We just have to go into the year hoping for the best and just roll with the punches because life is just set up that way. We just have to go with the punches and it just is what it is. But my 2018 was actually, it wasn't the worst, but it wasn't the best. I did a lot of traveling, as you all might have known, might have not, if you follow my Instagram, which is also Paris Monroe, of course. You'll see that I was doing a lot of traveling. I went back to Atlanta, like I always do. I love Atlanta very much, and that's like my second home. And I have a great time every time I go, and I stay there with my friends or whatever the case may be. So I went to Atlanta a lot this year. What else did I do? Oh, I went to, that's actually a vlog on my channel too. I went to North Carolina for the beauty awards because my eyebrow pencil was nominated for Cosmetics of the Year. So I did that. I lost, but it's okay because at least I was nominated. It's like if I got nominated for a Grammy and then I lost the Grammys, I still Grammy nominated. So I'm Cosmetics of the Year nominated, so I'll take it. And of course, it would have been nice to win, but hey, life doesn't happen that way sometimes. Sometimes it goes the way you want and sometimes it doesn't. So it's just something you have to deal with. Let me just say, too, doing my eyebrows on camera by far is probably the most anxiety pressuring thing I think I've ever seen in the world. As you can see, I flipped screen because I had to stop. I couldn't do it on camera. I had to go do it in the bathroom and then come back. And always know that when you're doing your brows too, they're going to look crazy at first until you conceal them and, put your makeup on and get right. Makeup doesn't look good until you're almost done, which you'll see in the video. But So yeah, I went to the beauty awards, and you'll see that vlog if you want to see it. It'll be available for you to go see on my channel. But I lost. And again, like I said, it's okay, because you're going to have ups and you're going to have downs and you're going to have wins and you're going to have loses. It's okay. I've had to learn that over the years, because it was definitely a time where I did not like losing. But it's just something you have to deal with, because there's some times in some cases where you will lose, and it's okay. So the brush I'm using right now is a MAC 266 brush. It's an angled brush. I don't believe it's used for concealer. I believe that's, well, they're advertising their sole purpose is for, I think, eyeliner. But I like to use it for my concealer because it just gives me a very sharp line, and it really cleans up mistakes I might have made with my brows very well. And I just take the concealer and I drag it down, just so I can get like a seamless blend when I put the foundation on. Back to the beauty awards. I went, and it was really fun. I stayed with one of my friends, and it was just really, I had a good time. I'll say that. It's not often that you get nominated for Cosmetics of the Year, especially when you're first starting out with your entrepreneurship. It's very nice to be recognized for your work, and it just lets you know that what you're doing is not going to waste, and it's actually going to pay off in the end, if that makes sense. And I hope it does. But yeah, I lost that and came back to New York, and that was that. This year I met a lot of people and just made a lot of connections, whether it be Atlanta, New York, New Jersey, whatever. I just made a lot of connections, and I'm very grateful for that, because I feel like when you meet certain people, they're put in your life, and they're put in your life for a reason. They're either there to teach you something, whether it be a fail or a success, or they're there to teach you how to continue to grow in your life and be a better person. But I met a lot of people throughout the year, and I was very, very grateful for that. What else? Let's see. Oh, I started up my talk show, The Chat, with my friends, which was it's going very well, actually. It was a very nerve-wracking thing to do, because I made a status on Facebook. It's so crazy. I made a status on Facebook a very long time ago about wanting to do a talk show with like a few people around a table and just talk about current events and music and fashion, or just hot topics, whatever going on, and debates or politics. I put a status on Facebook and that I definitely wanted to do it. And of course, you had a lot of people comment and was like, yeah, I want to do it. I want to join. And of course, I was reluctant at first, because I was like, oh my gosh, all these people want to join, but I don't know who to pick. It's such a hard decision. But then I remembered my friends who I grew up with a very long time ago, which is like kids. I dialed back and, I just went to some of their Facebook pages, their Instagram pages, and just looked them up and just see how they were, what they were up to and what they were doing. And they were all pretty much in a good point, in a good stance in their life. So I was like, I want them to grow with me, because I see the talent in them and I see the passion in them. Not to say that the other people didn't, but I saw it in them more than I did the others. So I wanted to make sure that I helped them out in any way possible. So we got together, we had our meeting, and I told them that, I want you guys to be part of the show, and I feel like you all have the same drive and the same goal and the same ideas that I have in my mind, and I want you all to be a part of it so we can all grow together, because there's no reason for me to eat alone. We could all eat together, and I know you all want it just as bad as I do. So I'm taking my Anastasia palette, my contour palette, and I'm taking that white shade on the top left corner. Yeah, the top left corner. I forget the name of it. And I just put a little bit on my brush, the angle brush that I used to put the concealer on, and I'm going to put it underneath my brow just to give my brow a little highlight. And watch how bright it gets. Ooh. It's amazing. It's quite frankly the best thing I think I've ever learned. Look at that. But yeah, so we all got together and we had the meeting, and I told them, I said, I see it all in you guys, and they were very grateful and very just happy to do it, and I was so appreciative that they were just so into it the way I was. Of course, we had some that didn't come along for the ride, I'll say it like that, and who can't stay along for the ride, so you just got to drop them off and keep moving and pick up where you left off in the future. Maybe, maybe not. But we got together, we filmed the first episode. The first episode is out now. We were talking about legalization of marijuana and that stuff, so definitely go check that out. we filmed the Christmas special, which was really, really fun. We all got together and had a little party for one of our camera guys. Shout out to Isaiah. And we all just sat around and talked and ate, have a few drinks, laughed. We talked about our favorite song and our favorite song of 2018, which was a little difficult, but we managed to get that done, so that worked out well. Also, episode 2, because the Christmas special, I wouldn't necessarily call it an episode, more just like a vlog of us hanging out and you guys getting a chance to see how we are behind the scenes and how we are just, when we're not filming and not so professional. But episode 2 will be out very, very soon. I don't like to give dates and timelines a lot, not unless I know for sure. Not to say I don't know for sure, but I don't like to do that just because people have expectations and they're waiting for that date, and I hate to not be able to live up to that date. So, But episode 2 will be out very soon. And yeah, so it's just been an upside down year. Upside down. It's been plateau. It's been just all around. But other than that, I cannot say I had a bad year at all. I had a very, very good year. I lost a couple friends, but that's just going to happen throughout life. Whether it be death, whether it be we don't see eye to eye, we have an argument, whatever the case may be, you just, it happens, and it's okay. It's okay. You have to allow that to be okay, because if you don't, it'll just stress yourself out, and that's not something we want. We do not want to be stressed out at all. Going into 2019, you definitely don't want no stress in your life. We just want to be free. We want to have fun. We want to live. Because life is really short, so you want to live. You just want to have no anger, no negative thoughts. You just want to be you, and it's okay to do that. It's okay to allow yourself to be you, because it's something that I think that we all deserve and that we all need. So let's jump into my mental health. During one of the episodes, I asked the cast, I said, how is your mental health and where are you mentally? And they all told me that was such a personal question. And I don't know, maybe for me it just wasn't a personal question. I don't know, because I'm always, concerning about my friends and where their mental health is. Not to say that they weren't, but I like to know where people are mentally, and I like for them to know where I am mentally, because it's okay to check on your friends and see how they are, and mentally check on your strong friends. Sometimes there's a lot hiding behind a laugh, and you never will know because you don't want to ask. But it's okay to ask. It's okay. You want to know, and you want to let them know that there are people who care and there are people who are listening. But let's talk about my mental health. So for 2018, my mental health was pretty okay. It wasn't out of the norm. And a lot of the times I'm always thinking, when you're in this entrepreneurship and chasing a dream and trying to get a goal and, trying to secure the bag, it could be very stressful at times. And a lot of times people don't understand that, especially when they don't have the same ambition that you have or the same strive that you have, that you're trying to make it on your own without help, and you're trying to get there all by yourself. It could be very difficult. So, 2018 is nothing different than what it usually is, especially for the past years. I'm always thinking about, am I doing enough? What am I doing? Or is what I'm doing enough? Or is it right? Am I going to make it? Should I just give up? Should I just go ahead and get this 9 to 5 and call it quits just so I can have a living and, for the future sense? But I always think that. I've never not thought that. And it sucks. I hate that we even have to do that, but it's reality. It's reality, So I hate that I have to think that way, but sometimes I have to, because I have to put in perspective, like, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing enough? And I never feel like I'm doing enough, which sucks, but it's the truth. I never ever feel like I'm doing enough. I could win a Grammy and I still feel like I'm not doing enough. I don't know whether that has to do with my zodiac sign. I'm a Virgo. My birthday is September 6th. So I don't know if that has to do with that, because I do know that Virgos tend to be perfectionists and we try to seek perfection. So I don't know, maybe that might have something to do with it, but I always have been that person where it's always like, I'm not doing enough. I'm not enough. I want more. I need to do more. I want people to realize it. I want people to know that I'm doing more, and I want people to really be like, into it. And I've always felt that way, and I can't escape that feeling. And I hate that I feel that way sometimes because it's not okay. It's not okay mentally. It's not okay on your physical being. It's not okay on your skin. It's not okay. Because when you're thinking that way, you can cause stress. And again, it's the reality. It's just who we are. We always have the what ifs. What if this doesn't work? What if that doesn't work? What if this isn't enough? So I get it. It's okay. Um, it's just the reality. It's just who we are. And I could say a lot. That was definitely my 2018, without a doubt. Like it definitely was. It was definitely filled with that thought and that mindset. Going into 2019, though, I definitely don't want that mindset. My mind, I want it to be in a place where I'm going along with the punches and not trying to control the punches so much. I'm going along with it. And whatever comes my way, I accept it. And if I don't like it, I change it. Um, and I don't think I was like that in 2018. 2018, I was definitely trying to control and trying to change the way things were. And I don't know, I tried to avoid the bad. And it's okay because the bad is going to come. You know what I mean? So the bad is here, we have to accept it. And that's just it. But hopefully, you all can attain that type of energy, that type of mindset, that type of it's okay to let things happen. It's okay to fall. It's okay to get down and you just get back up and change it. If you don't like something, you can change it. It's in your power to change it. You control the destiny and the path that you're on. It's okay for you to allow things to move the way you feel like they're supposed to move. If that makes sense. I hope I'm making sense. I feel like I'm rambling, but hopefully I'm making sense. Yeah. So I am taking a powder. It's a translucent powder. It's a powder that I use when I'm putting on a lot of foundation on my face, only to lock the foundation in because I tend to get really oily throughout the day. So this helps me minimize the oil and kind of close up my pores a little bit because, like I said, I can get really, really oily. It looks like it's snowing. I look ghostly. But that's the only reason why I use that powder again because it'll minimize the pores and it'll smooth out the skin as well. And that's always been my goal. Whenever I do my makeup, I always want smooth, clear skin. And the brush I'm using is a Real Technique brush. And I just take it and go in circular motions and I kind of like press the brush into my skin a little bit because again, I want the powder to really be there and I also want to brush it away as well. If that makes sense, I want, you know, you'll see. Just keep watching. You'll see. Also, the concealer I'm using is a Studio Fix concealer, I believe. And I've hit the pan. I pretty much just like my favorite concealer. I've used it all at this point. I had a stick, but I ran out. I used that too. But so I'm back to the concealer pot. But I believe the color is 45, if I'm not mistaken. 45 or either 50. One of those ranges. And I take that and I just, conceal where I want my brightness to be, or my focal points, I guess, if you will. Bring it down my nose, make my nose smaller or thinner or pinched, if you will. It goes on my forehead because, again, those are the spots where I want the light to hit the most. anytime you're using a concealer, you want to put it in your T-zone. And where I'm putting it now is my T-zone. The forehead, down the nose, above my lip, and on my chin, and under my eyes. That is your T-zone. And that's where you want the light to hit the most and the reflection to hit the most. A lot of the times, too, it's always funny because people are always like, ugh, it's so much makeup. That's why I can never do it. I give you all the credit because you always get up every morning and able to do it. Well, I stopped doing it every morning because I'm just a little lazy sometimes. I don't do it every morning. If I feel like if I'm in the mood to do it, then I'll do it. But usually I can't do it. So I just, bare face, natural. But I never understand when people say like, oh, you should go natural. Natural is the way. Natural this, natural that. I'm like, okay, that's fine. But why go natural when you could be supernatural? Because I don't really do heavy makeup. I know it may look like it, but I don't. I don't do heavy makeup. This is bare minimals. I don't do heavy makeup because I don't really need it, and it's harder to take off at night. So I don't like to do that. What I'm doing is just, again, clear skin, brightening it up. Basically what I want to look like in the morning. Because if you've seen me before with all the makeup, I pretty much look the same. I'm just cleaning up my skin. That's pretty much it. The only thing that's really drastically different is my eyebrows. Other than that, everything is pretty much the same. So as far as I'm concerned, I am kind of natural. Until you take a makeup wipe to my face. But I'm really glad, though, that I learned how to do makeup because makeup for me has now become a stress reliever, and it's fun because you really get to look at yourself in the mirror and learn yourself because you control how you want your face to be shaped with the makeup, especially the concealer. As you can see, I'm getting ready to change the shape of my nose and make my nose look a lot, smaller or more contoured, if you will. And it's really awesome. It's really fun. You get to have fun with it, and at the end of the day, it comes off. It doesn't stay permanent. You can take the makeup off. So it's all just for fun. It's just art. Or as we call it in the community, we call it painting. That's all you're doing. You're painting. And it's fun. It's really fun, especially when you know how to do it right. And it comes out right. Because there are definitely days we have off days and good days. And we all have those days. And God knows I've had those days with my makeup all through 2018. And there are days, look, see, there are days when you have it and there are days when you don't. And I think I was getting frustrated because it wasn't blending fast enough, and I think I waited too long, and I was also standing above the heater, so it kind of like dried out kind of quick, so it made it a little more difficult to blend. But I will say, though, if you let your concealer sit for a little while, not too long, but for a little while, it will give you a more saturation color, because if you wait while it's still wet, when you first put it on, the Beauty Blender, what I'm using right now, will soak up most of the products, and then you're left with like a little patches, little black spots, and you can see, through it, and you don't want that. You want full coverage. You don't want it to be, you don't want to be able to see through it and see your bags. So you want to, leave it for a little while, let it sit there for a second, and it makes it a little bit harder to blend, but you also get better coverage. So, yeah. Makeup is fun. Allow yourself to learn how to do makeup, and it's fun. I promise you, it's the best thing. It's the best thing I've learned, I think, throughout my few years. I learned how to do my makeup. Well, I started doing my makeup in 2015, and God, it was not good at all. It was terrible. I only used, I think, this MAC powder, and it wasn't even my shade, and that was the only thing I ever used, and it was so bad. I looked chalky. I looked dusty. It was horrible. But over time, as I practiced more and more and more and learned about different things, different techniques, I just got a whole lot better, and I'm very, very happy I did, because now you can't say nothing about it. Other than the fact that you might say, oh, you put too much on. But that's fine, because it's my face, not yours. And as you can see, my nose instantly looks different. Now, to some, you might not see it, but I promise you, it looks different. That one little line did a major difference, because now on the sides, it created like somewhat of a shadow, so it makes it look more pinched, if you will, or pointed, or more thin, which was the goal. Also, I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, why did I shave my head? Because I did have a lot of hair on my head. I had plenty of hair on my head, actually. When I shaved my head, only because I get tired of maintaining my hair and having to go to the barbershop or go to, I don't know, get my hair done. I go to the beauty supply store and have to buy all these different products to do my hair. It just got really, really frustrating. So to avoid all that, I just shaved it off, and quite frankly, I've embraced it. I'm totally okay with it. Now, that may be because I do my makeup very well, and it just, takes the attention off my hair and puts the attention on my face. Not that I'm trying to take the attention away, but it does that. Um, but I genuinely like my hair like this. I think I'm going to keep it for a while. And everybody always telling me, like, oh, you should really embrace it while you're young because at some point you're not going to have any hair. I'm like, God, I pray for the day. My hair grows so quick. I shave it one day and then tomorrow it's like growing again. So I'm praying for the day when my hair just stops growing. I'll actually be into it. And if anything, I'll just get a wig or a toupee and pray that the wind doesn't blow. But I'm definitely embracing my bald head. I wish everybody could shave their head, but not everybody has like the same head shape. So sometimes it might not look good and sometimes it won't. So, But I'm going back in with a little bit more of the Anastasia contour palette and taking that very, very light shade at the top left corner. And just, it creates a little bit more of a brightness because you really want to look awake and you really want to look, I think, what's the phrase? Fresh, bushy-eyed and fresh tail or something. Bushy-eyed and I don't know. I don't know what it's called, but you know what I'm talking about, hopefully. Oh, and you take this and put this in the same T-zone spot. Not a lot because you don't want to look too bright underneath your eyes, but just enough to really, put the brightness there. You can go back with your beauty blender and you blend it out. I promise you it's the best thing. It looks amazing. And when you're blending it, don't worry about you still being able to see the lines and you feel like you might need to blend a little more because when you go in with the powder to bake it all down and to, lock it in place, it will bring a little bit of the color back because I use a Laura Mercier translucent powder. You'll see it in a few minutes. And it's in the shade medium brown, I believe it's called. And that brings the brown back to my face, the color that I need back to my face, because this can definitely make you look a little ghostly. It leaves like a white cast, so you definitely want to put a little powder underneath just to put a little color back in. And I quite frankly haven't found the right powder to use throughout the day, like a brown powder, like when I get oily or whatever. I really haven't found that powder. I only use, like I said, I only use a translucent powder because I haven't found that right color powder to soak up the oils that I might have throughout the day while I'm out. So I only use that for now, and it helps. And let me just tell you, shout out to Apple because I'm using my cell phone right now in the Lumi case, which has the lights on it. I don't know if you all are familiar with Lumi. I'm using that to film this because my camera actually is broken. And I've been really reluctant to get it fixed. I guess because I really need a new one anyway, so I've just been putting it off, but I need a new one anyway, so I had to use my phone. And let me just say, looking at this, it looks amazing because you would have never known. It looks just like my camera. It's such good quality. So shout out to Apple for that. And whoosh. See, my Laura Mercier powder. And I believe, like I said, the color is medium deep, translucent medium deep. And it has it's a little brown color. I'm running out. I have to beat it down just to get a little more out. But I use that and take my beauty blender, dip a little into it, and put her underneath my eyes. I don't like to take too much of the powder because it will dry me up. It'll dry me up a little too much, and I'm already matte as is because I put the powder on after I put my foundation. So I just take that and put it underneath my eyes where I put the concealer to smooth it out and lock it in place, and to put a little brown color back into my skin. Because if I don't, I will look a little too white, and when you take pictures, it will show. and that's not what we want. So we want to make sure that we put a little bit more color back into our skin. So I just take that and put that on. And at first I was a little reluctant to buy it because I was like, oh my God, it's really light brown. But I just went ahead and did it anyway, and I'm really glad I did because it really is like a God's gift scent. It's just awesome. But my 2018, just to go back to that because that's really what we're supposed to be talking about. This is not a makeup tutorial. I don't like to even claim the title makeup artist because people expect too much when you say makeup artist. They want eyeshadows and all these things. I'm just not that good yet. I can smooth your skin out and give you great brows and great lashes, which you'll see in a few minutes. But I definitely am not like a makeup artiste. I leave that to some of the other people. I cannot do it. Not yet, at least. Maybe one day I'll dedicate myself to it, but not yet. But my 2018, it's been really great. I try to live life, you know, I try to live life as full as I can because I lost a lot of people in my life, friends, family. It's been tragic at most, but I definitely try to live my life in 2018. I really, really did. And I can say honestly that I've enjoyed myself. And 2019, I'm hoping for the exact same thing. I'm going to try to save a little bit more money in 2018 on 2019 because that's been one of my biggest flaws is I cannot save money for nothing. I guess because I feel like, well, we're all going to leave this earth anyway, so I might as well just go ahead and blow it. And plus, it's going to come back anyway. It's a check. It'll come back. But I need to stop thinking that way. I need to start saving my money because when I'm 61 and I need to be able to have some type of fortune or some type of something to live off of. And we're going to hope that I can do that in 2019 to save my money. But I'm definitely going to continue to travel because I do want to see this country, America, and I want to see the world. I want to go to Africa. I want to go to Egypt, Kenya, Casablanca, South Africa. I want to go to all these different places. Paris. I want to go everywhere. I just want to travel. And I want my friends to come with me, my family to come with me. I want to be able to put my family up in a beautiful place and just set them up differently than where we are now. And that's been my goal for a while. And I'm hoping that I get there soon. But I can say that for my 2018, I met a lot of new friends and a lot of people, and just it's nice when you meet people who genuinely are interested in getting to know who you are. Because in this community, the gay community, it can be very difficult to meet people and pray that they're nice and pray that they're not shady or pray that they're not mean or anything like that. And it's been really, really nice to know that throughout 2018, I met some really awesome people, really, really awesome people. And it's just been a blessing. I've rekindled my friendship with my best friend Joshua, and it's been love ever since. And I'm really glad that I did that because, like I said to you earlier, it's definitely hard to meet people who genuinely care and who genuinely want to know you and genuinely want to be your friend and claim you as your best friend, and call them throughout the day and just have conversations about what could be going on and stuff. And it's really nice, especially when they are in the same community as you and they get it. And me and him, we've really, really connected again because we were friends since childhood, and I wouldn't say we fell out, but we just stopped talking as much because we lived in different cities and we just didn't see each other as much. So it's really nice to be friends again and just rekindle that friendship. And it's really, really awesome. And I can absolutely say I love that boy. He's like my best friend. So I love you, Josh. One of my other friends, Tony, we went to high school together. We met 4 years ago in high school, and it's just been really, really awesome because we've stayed friends ever since then. And through her, I met my other friend, Ty, and I know she's gonna love hearing this. She loves to get a shout out. So shout out to Ty. Ty, I love you. You know that that's like my sister. And I'm so happy that we've met, and I'm so happy that Tony introduced us to each other, and I'm just grateful for that because again, you meet people and you never know how they're gonna be. You never know if this is meant to be or we're supposed to be friends or anything like that. And I just feel like her and I are definitely supposed to be friends. And like I said, that's like my sister. I love her. And Tony, he knows the deal. That's my best friend too. He knows the deal already. He gets on my last nerves, but what are friends for, right? this is the mascara I use. Let me tell you something. Mario, Kim Kardashian's makeup artist, is use that. I already knew about it beforehand, but once I found out that he uses it for her, and he used it on for her at the Met Gala, that golden Versace look that she wore, he used that same mascara, the Carbon Black L'Oreal Original mascara. It's by far the best thing. The wand is perfect because it fits right in my eye. It's the best thing. I love it. Wait till you see how these eyelashes come out. Everybody always assumes that I'm wearing lashes, and I'm like, no, I'm wearing my real ones, mine's. But yeah, back to my friends. One of my other friends, Wendy, I met her in high school. I want to say my freshman year we met, and we've been friends ever since too. And she gets on my absolute last nerves, but I love that girl. I do. I love everything about her. I want her to succeed as well as I want all my friends to succeed. But I do. I love her. I love her a lot. She gets on my very, 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 very last nerve. But again, we're the best friends for, right? And then my best friend, all my friends are really like my best friends because we've known each other for so long. But one of my other friends, Joe and he's been traveling with me consistently. He comes to New York, or either I go to Atlanta, we meet up in Atlanta, and we just always have a great time whenever we get together. We just get each other. There's always those types of friends where you could just look at each other and know exactly what we're saying. And me, him, are those friends. Like, we just know what's up. And it's nice to have friends like that who are consistently willing to travel with you and go places and just, it's really nice. It's really nice. And then my other friend, Jackie, I met her, gosh, it's been, I don't know how long. We met each other. I think she was in 5th grade and I was in 6th grade, and we just been friends ever since then. We met through Joe. She was having a house party, 5th and 6th grade. Could you imagine a house party at 6th grade? And we were some wild kids. We met each other through Joe at the house party, and instantly, like, we didn't like each other at first. We were just like, who are you? And she was looking at me like, well, who are you? And we just became friends because I think we were so much alike in that sense of like, who are you and why are you in my house? And we just became best friends ever since then, and we stayed friends. That's literally like my sister. Well, she had my nephew. She had a little baby. He is the most precious little thing in the world. I can't wait till he gets older just so I can see how he grows and just how he blossoms into the young man that I see him to be. And I'm just very, very, very happy to see it. So yeah, she had a little nephew, and he is the most precious thing in the world. And like I said, I just can't wait to see how he grows up and blossoms, and it's just going to be awesome to see. But look at these lashes. Only a few swipes, and I promise you this Carbon Black is by far the best mascara I think I've ever used, and I'm always going to continue to use it. The best mascara ever. Shout out to L'Oreal for that. Well, guys, we're going to wrap this up because we're coming to an end. I know it probably seemed like I was really rambling, but I hope, listening to this, I hope that you guys really grasped how my 2018 went and my 2019 is going to go. Like I said, I'm hoping for prosperity, clarity. I'm hoping for my savings account to go up. I'm hoping that my business really does blossom this year, whether it be the chat, my eyebrow pencil, or even just my YouTube channel. I'm hoping that these things take off this year because, like I said, I've been hustling for a while, and I'm never going to give up, but I definitely want it to blossom, and I want it to grow, and I want it to be something that I can say truly is mine. But yeah, I'm hoping that your 2019 is filled with joy. I'm hoping your 2019 is filled with positive energy, positive thoughts, great mindset. I'm hoping that your 2019 is filled with money, love, happiness, and just greatness all around. And focus on yourself. Make 2019 about bettering yourself and just learning more about who you are and how you can let people see that from an outside point of view. And let people see the best of you. You know what I mean? Let people see the best of you. Whether they're mean to you or not, let people see the best of you, because that's the only way you'll win in life, is let people know that, I'm doing fine. You can talk about me all you want, but I'm doing totally fine. You should be more concerned about why you're talking about somebody else and not focusing on yourself. Okay, I'm going to end it here. Have a good 2019, guys. Love you. Make sure you subscribe. Bye, guys.